The advent of computers and laptops have really transformed the experience. You have access to much more information. You have much more powerful tools to do projects and papers and things. I used to type term papers on IBM Selectric, and I was one of the cool kids because I had my own type balls that were the size of a golf ball, both in 10 pitch and 12 pitch.
One of the things that's really different is, from my experience to my daughter's experience, is the amount of information that these kids have access to. We could read the newspaper or watch the news, but it was not nearly as available and it wasn't as diverse. You had the prejudice or the bent of whatever your local newspaper was. And I think that they are just so exposed to so much more of the world and the world experience than we ever were.
One exception is the electronics. We went just before the dawn of the age of the personal computer. So all our research was in the library and books, and Google was not available. And so information access was greatly reduced, and I think that's made life amazingly easier.
When I was in college, it's a totally different experience with my daughter's experience right now in Smith. I think she is very good. I think she likes the college so much. And at that time, I think when I was in college, we have how many people in the dorm? 8 people in one single room. It's very crowded. But look at here right now, it's so nice. The dorms, the environmental schools, and the teachers, they're so good.
We were certain that the other houses certainly weren't as good as yours. And different houses had different reputations. Like one of them had a bunch of sports people involved, or some others might have been really smart, or there were those that had people that were majoring in were doing all maths or business oriented.
What was the reputation of your sorority?
We had a lot of fun.
I graduated in 1983, so that is 33 years ago, and I think that even politically it's different. I think the students are much more invested in politics than we were.
Back in 1978, I went to Plymouth State College. I was only there for a year, but things were a little bit different than they are in colleges nowadays. I think the students are a lot more responsible. I think that they take college a lot more seriously than we did in those days. It was kind of like a heavy party atmosphere. Whereas here, what I see is a heavy academia and social responsibility atmosphere.
The tuition was a lot less, even in those days, and from a dollar point of view. So I pretty much paid for my own education, or I did pay for my own education. But in a small liberal arts school, you could never do that unless you were getting significant financial aid dollars. So I guess that's a pretty different, from a financial point of view, it's a very different experience.
When I graduated high school and went right to work, I started working. So there's a big difference, and hopefully there's more opportunity for her than I had. But it's different now. I think a college diploma today is equivalent to a high school diploma when I grew up. So it'll be interesting to see the changes and the differences.
Very happy. I've had 2 daughters come to Smith College, and my daughter Emily is here now. My daughter Brianna graduated right into the workforce. She's had no difficulties. She's doing wonderfully. And happy to be part of the experience.